Hi guys, my name is Shivani and you are so welcome here at Happy Holi. So I recently did a poll on my channel, asking if you guys would like to sort of hear my reflections on my VBAC, which happened exactly a year ago. I got a very good response and so I was so excited to know that even you guys were keen to hear, as keen was I to kind of reflect on that experience. So that is what I am here to share with you today. It has been exactly 1 year. We celebrated my VBAC baby's birthday around 10 days back, so I think I'm in a very good place to comment on how this entire year has shaped up. I did a similar video just 6 to 7 weeks after the delivery, which I will link somewhere here. And so in that I had kind of shared in detail about how were the repercussions for the baby, how were the repercussions for me as the mother in terms of recovery, but that was very preliminary. What I did was I kind of took the 9 most touted benefits on the internet of a vaginal delivery, and a lot of these benefits are the reason why I wanted to go in for a vaginal birth as well. So let's talk about the baby first. So about the benefits that accrue to the baby, number one, you kind of ensure that the baby is getting the right gut bacteria from you. You squeeze out the fluid from the baby's lungs, that gets squeezed out when the baby is in the process of expelling himself or herself through the birth canal. And you also decrease your child's risk of, childhood obesity and asthma. So, a lot of benefit for the baby, and for that I would say a VBAC was a great decision for the baby, because there is a marked difference in the baby's immunity. There is a marked difference in the baby's health. So even though she was a very small baby to begin with, she was 2.6 kgs, which was just tethering on the edge of being a very, very small baby. But she gained all that weight very, very quickly. She gained back all that weight very quickly. She gained her health, and her robustness was quite noteworthy. And I do believe that the VBAC had a role to play in that. The fact that she came out of the birth canal and not through a section, I think had a role to play in that. So for the mother's health, there are 2 aspects to it. One is the recovery, and second is the impact on future pregnancies. So, couple of benefits touted with regard to future pregnancies. The first is that you're less likely to have fertility problems in the future, and you're also less likely to have any complications in your further pregnancies. So these are benefits that I will not be able to comment on, because I do not intend on having any more children. So if I did plan on that, then these benefits would definitely be in the favor of a VBAC. So definitely if you're planning more pregnancies, if you're planning more children, then these apply to you, and then you may want to kind of evaluate accordingly. For me, these do not apply. Now let's talk about the big one. Let's talk about recovery. And one of the main reasons that I wanted to have a VBAC was because in a vaginal delivery, the mother is supposed to bounce back very quickly. She's supposed to regain her health. Well, for me, unfortunately, the experience was not so. I had a much smoother recovery after my C-section. I did not have as smooth a recovery after my vaginal birth. In fact, after my VBAC, I was in a lot of pain for about 8 months. Of course, the first 4 months were particularly bad, and then it kind of got a little better each day, but it was a slow and a very limping sort of a road back to recovery. And till about 8 months I was in a lot of pain. I was not able to walk. Exercises was a dream far beyond. I was not able to do daily activities without feeling a certain amount of pain in my vaginal area, in my pelvic area. Now, the thing is that now, of course, it's been a year and I have limped my way back into normalcy. And I am still taking Ayurvedic medication, and I think the reason behind my recovery, was that, there was a vacuum that was used to bring out the baby at the last minute. There was also an episiotomy done. The baby was not in the best position. The doctor was not happy with the shape of my pelvis. I think it's an android pelvis, I don't know, but there were a lot of factors, lot of factors. So so while I've not had the easiest time when it comes to recovery, I do believe that, because my core was intact, your abdomen, your core area was intact, I was still able to do a lot more. I was still able to pick up my first child, who was not even 2 when my second child was born. And, so I was able to survive in spite of having a less than perfect vaginal recovery. Because my core was intact, and I think that really played a key role, because your core is really that, it's the core of your body. So if your core is disintegrated, you are not able to do a lot of things. But if there is a problem in any other part of your body, you're still able to kind of power through the pain. I do believe that if certain interventions were not done, maybe my recovery would have been different, because we were suspecting a lot of things. We were suspecting, okay, maybe it's a prolapse, maybe it is, something, there is a pelvic floor dysfunction, all of that. I actually had to visit a pelvic floor physiotherapist, who kind of said that, okay, we can rule out prolapse, maybe there's a first degree prolapse somewhere, but it's nothing major. But definitely there is a nerve that has been pressed, to an extent that area feels very inflamed. I got like a pelvic x-ray done, which sort of showed that everything is intact, but even then I was in a lot of pain. So it could have been a reference pain from episiotomy. It can be a nerve induced pain, that there has been some nerve damage during the delivery, maybe because of the vacuum. So we don't know. And I am still, like I mentioned, I'm still on Ayurvedic medication to treat the same. So because my recovery has been sort of less than perfect, while I'm very tempted to say that, okay, maybe it was not worth it, but the truth is that just like no two deliveries are the same, no two recovery or no two delivery outcomes can be the same. So really, I think it is a function of a lot of factors. And I do believe that maybe if the vacuum had not happened, my experience of it would have been different. But now in retrospect, I still wonder every day, and it is something that I will continue to wonder about, till I feel 100% like myself. And the problems that I'm facing currently, the health problems, are resolved, but it's something that I'll continue to wonder about. I am, though, very, very grateful for my VBAC, and I feel very proud, and I feel very grateful that I was able to achieve the birth outcome that I wanted, and yes, the recovery did not go in a way that I would have liked for it to go, but maybe a C-section recovery would not have gone as smoothly as it did the first time as well, who knows. So my heartiest sort of advice to you around this would be, if you can, try and visit a chiropractor who can put your pelvis in alignment, who can completely give you the right kind of base to start off with, because I think that alignment, that pelvic alignment, really kind of comes into play in the positioning of your baby and all of that. And secondly, have a very, very robust plan when it comes to your postpartum recovery. In my C-section recovery, I was very like good about it. I was doing the right things, and I was doing the things that I have actually spoken about in my C-section recovery video. But in my second delivery, because I was so tired, and I think I was so in pain also, that I was not mentally in the right frame of mind to be able to practice all the healthy and all the good things that I probably should have been practicing. So yeah, I think that also may have compromised the recovery a little bit. But really keep these two things in mind as you're approaching your VBAC. Approach your VBAC with a very open mind. Say no to interventions as much as possible, because I do believe that it is the interventions that kind of mess with one system. And I still continue to believe that if things are left to proceed naturally, they typically do proceed in a very positive manner. Having said that, we are because of our lifestyles, we are physiologically less sort of attuned to giving birth than our previous generations were. Their pelvises were in a very different state. They were very active. I do believe that physiologically they were definitely at an advantage. So till we kind of achieve activity levels like so, I don't think it would be a fair comparison to say that okay, in these 9 months I do a certain amount of activity and my pelvis will be perfect. Pelvic alignment will be perfect. So really, I think to really keep a lot of these factors in mind and then kind of go in for a VBAC. And I hope you found this video helpful, and I'm sorry if I was not able to give you as straightforward of an answer that you wanted. But I too am reflecting upon it. I too am thinking about it. I have so many emotions around it. I also feel it's very complex for me also to answer. So I hope I have been able to kind of speak my mind and give you a little bit of a glimpse as to how I'm feeling about my VBAC. And all the best to you. I hope you have the birth outcome that you want, and please take care and bye.